What is going on, guys? Today I'm gonna show you guys what you've all been waiting for. You all ask me every time I stream what are my sensitivity settings, so I'm gonna walk you through what I put on my settings. So let's go on and check it out right now. It's a quick video today, guys. So first of all, let's go to more, and I'm gonna show you guys what the settings are all about. Alright, first thing I did in controls is I changed the soldier sensitivity. I have mine set to 50. I'm not 100% sure what works for you because this is not really going to be titled like the video, guys, this is the best settings ever. It's going to be more like a video of check out my settings. You guys know I play a lot of Battlefield, and what I don't like is that from each iteration to the next, whether it's going from Battlefield 4 to Hardline to Battlefield 1 or even previous ones like the Bad Companies, every time they change up these settings, and it's kind of really annoying. I'm a strong proponent of Sony figuring out a way to just have one setting, and that would be amazing. But until then, I'm gonna have to show you guys what are my settings. So first of all, you're gonna want to dial up some of that sensitivity, because I think you start off really low, somewhere around the 20s, and that is just not enough to turn around. So second thing, you go, I have a vehicle sensitivity, and that's to your preference. I like to have it a little bit less mobile. The second thing you really want to focus on in your infantry gameplay is soldier zoom sensitivity. This is normally set to 100, and I think it's way too much, way too much. I play on a console. You guys know I play with a regular PlayStation controller. There aren't any raised thumbsticks or anything like that for like what your equivalent of like an Xbox Elite does, or I think Scuff does it, and you can probably buy attachments to it, but I don't. So you're gonna want to tone this down a lot. Play around with these settings. Maybe 50-50 works for you guys. I would say start here. Make sure this is about half of what your soldier stick sensitivity is, because you do not want a lot. This is for refinement only. This is for acquisition of targets. The rest of the stuff I pretty much keep to general. Double tap is just none of this is on. Weapon zoom is hold. Steady scope is hold. All the regular stuff. All right. By the way, my vertical flight is inverted, but that's just my preference. I feel like I'm gonna go over the soldier statistics only because when it comes to flying, everyone's got their favorite, and I'm not gonna mess with that. I do recommend soldier buttons to be alternate. Crouching with this kind of helps. I mean, if you're one of those guys who melees really fast out of nowhere, then be my guest, play on normal. Everything else, I guess ground vehicle stuff is also veteran, and pretty much air vehicle is veteran too. All other stuff, totally fine with what it is. Alright, let's go on over to the advanced section. Now, I don't mess with any of this except for uniform soldier aiming, and if we read this, what it says right here, enable the use of procedural aim rate instead of the original preset numbers. The procedural aim rate tries to approximate constant movement in 2D screen space regardless of current field of view zoom amount. This helps with muscle memory for aiming, and it really does help with muscle memory. I recommend you go ahead and you turn on uniform soldier aiming. Do not mess with this coefficient at all. I don't find that it leads to anything good. So you want to hit this to the on position, and it's gonna help work things out based upon your FOV, which I'm gonna show you guys next. So let's go ahead into video, because this is kind of important. A lot of people ask me what's my field of view, and I literally have this set to the default 55. I haven't messed with it at all. I don't know what the FOV for Battlefield 4 is, unfortunately. I should probably know these things, but I guess not. I will recommend turn down this motion blur. Unless you're one of those guys who really wants to be all cinematic about it, you don't really need motion blur. Field of view, I guess this is fine. I think this is changing field of view may impact your performance. Nah, I guess you just have this off. Yeah. So FOV F55 for me for now. I mean, eventually I think I'm gonna bump it up a bit just so I can see more. But as it currently stands, no matter where I play and how I play, and I think this game is less about the controls. Well, you know, you do need the good controls, but I think it's less about seeing everything that you can or whatever. It's more about awareness of your map, awareness of your enemies, and awareness of what game mode you play. And if you have practice, you will be good, despite having an FOV of 55. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, it works. Alright, so there's the FOV, and the last thing I'm going to show you guys is my gameplay settings. Well, first of all, let's go jump into advanced since it's a little bit more simpler. The one thing I do have on is parachute auto deploy to none. I deploy my chute by pressing the X button, whether you are on PC or whatever else. I recommend doing this because then you can get that one jump in, or you're diving out. You're not out there just flying and slowly, gliding down, and someone just snipes you in the face. You're way better off just straight falling, and when you're about 10 feet away from that ground, you hit the chute and you're all fine. The game, it does not resemble real life. Don't worry about it. So pop that onto no. I play with no aim assist auto rotation on. I don't think it's that much necessary, and if you get used to playing without it, you're actually gonna get much better at acquiring your targets. I never have an issue acquiring my targets. The issue on console is because the thumbstick is so small and we can't make such refinements, is this one. Slowdown helps you retain the target, and that's the issue when compared to a mouse. A mouse will allow you to acquire a target, allow you to stay on target. Not so likely with a thumbstick, especially not a raised thumbstick with some elite or scuff level controllers. So definitely recommend keeping this one on. Try this one off, you never know. And everything else is basically off. I don't even know why I have this hint system on, whatever. Alright, so then the other thing I went to the basics is change my crosshair colors. I like a little sky blue, that's just personal preference. Here are my hit indicators. If I get a hit, yellow, headshots are purple, and kill confirmed is red. Obviously you want the visibility on 100%. Next thing you might want to do is do some opacity on the HUD for your own friendlies, like lower that stuff on, and friendly soldier opacity and objective icon opacity. Maybe you want to even go lower than 50, really. But enemy, obviously you want that toned up. Sometimes I'll look at an enemy and I don't know it's an enemy because a friendly's icon's right behind them, and I'm thinking like, oh, friendly, right? I see blue, that's good. And it turns out that that was not a friendly, and I get shot. So you want to minimize that. You want to turn this down. So there you guys have it. Those are my settings. Audio wise, really nothing important. I tone down the master volume. I just gain it up with my Astros later on, like on the mix amp itself. But nothing really here. Headphones and stereo and all that other good stuff. So there you have it. Those are my settings. In a nutshell. If it ever changes, I'm gonna update you guys. And until then, stay classy on that battlefield. See you guys later.